Hey, my name's Caleb Noggle. I'm the owner over at Joshua 19 Roofing, and today we're going to show you how to do an inspection or what an inspection looks like on your property. Because I know a lot of times either me or one of my representatives or just maybe a roofer in general has come up to your door, offered to give you a free roof inspection, and you're like, man, I don't know if I want them on my property, I don't know if I want them up on my roof, what does that entail? So today we're gonna kind of go over what does that look like, what are they looking for, why is it important to have an inspection on your roof, and everything that goes along with that. So first thing, this roof that we're doing here, we're actually installing it next week and completely paid for through insurance proceeds, and we got it approved off of some wind and hail damage. So first thing that I do when I get to a property, after I've done talk to the homeowner, I give an inspection, is we do what's called a collateral walk. We do a walk around the building. So if you want to follow me, we got this roof paid for on some hail damage. It was 0.75 inch hail to 1 inch hail, so it wasn't very big stuff. Wasn't big enough to hit the garage door or anything, but if it was, we would be seeing dents on the garage door here, stuff to look like for that. But we're gonna walk around and see if we can find anything on the downspouts. So here's a great example right here. Most roofers, we always have our chalk with us. We're going around looking at the downspouts. You do have to be careful. Sometimes if it's too close to the bushes, the adjusters won't count it as hail damage because it's possible that while they were trimming the bushes that they nicked the downspouts or whatnot. So what we're really looking for is soft circular hits with no creases in them, something like that. Because if you have a crease with a straight line in it, that's gonna be something else other than hail. So we look for collateral on the downspouts as well as other stuff. We can also look at the window screens here. If there's hits on the window screens from the hail damage, you'd be able to see that. It looks like these are pretty clean. The hailstorm on this specific property came from the back side of the house, so that would make sense why there's none there. Here's a great example of what not to look for on the downspouts. So that right there, you can see that sharp crease right there. So that kind of stuff is gonna be called mechanical damage. So basically damage that is to your downspouts, but it's not hail damage. So that's why it's important to have somebody come out here and look at it, because you don't want to file a claim and your roofer shows up or somebody shows up and is like, man, we got hits on the downspouts. The adjuster's gonna look at you and maybe laugh or something, because that's not what we're looking for at all. So right here, this is kind of a prime example of what we're looking for. Oh, these are perfect as well right here. So these dents right here, they're very soft, they're circular, they don't have those creases in them. And so that is what we're gonna look at for the hail damage. You can even see that one up there, that one's got a crease in it, probably not hail damage. But what we're looking for is this small, soft, oval hits that is consistent with hail damage. And so that's kind of what we're looking for on the downspouts. And the really important thing with if you're filing a claim for hail damage, that is that the story makes sense. So if we had a hailstorm on this property and it hit the shingles, it would also hit the metal on the property. It wouldn't just hit the shingles and miss the metal. So we got to look at all the metal to see, okay, was there hailstorm here, or did the hail miss the property? So we're going to go up to the roof now and go see what it looks like up there. So before we go up on the roof, a couple things we want to check. Sometimes we tie off the ladder, but as you can see right here, we've got some really stable sides that it's not going to go left or right on a sturdy base, so we're good here. Second thing is we have these boots called Cougar Paws, and it's Velcro piece that you put on there, but that piece right there sticks to your shingles. So a lot of homeowners, they're like, man, I don't want you to fall off my roof. First off, if we fall off, we're fully insured. Second off, we've got a bunch of equipment that keeps us safe up there, like these boots, and we got ropes and harnesses if it's super steep. Luckily on this one, it's not that steep, so we don't have to worry about that. But we make sure we get all these things in check before we go up on your roof to make sure we're as safe as possible. So when we're on the roof looking for hail damage, whenever we have standing seam metal or a metal part of the roof, we're always looking for hail damage on that. So got our chalk here with us, and go ahead and just rub that. So as you can see right there, when I'm rubbing that chalk, you're seeing little hits come up everywhere. And so, not sure how many of them are on here. There's a couple more. Nothing major, but it really speaks to the collateral, to the story part of the damage. So we'll go up to the back side now. So we're on the back side of the roof right now, and I would say about 80% of houses, they have what's called soft metals on the roof. So these are HVAC vents, maybe connected to your dryer, your washer machine, you know, something like that, your water heater, release exhaust out. And so as you can see right here, we've got hits on the cap. And this is super important because usually these soft metals will get hit, they'll get dents before the shingles will get dents. And so if you were to claim this house on a hailstorm and say, hey, we're seeing hail on the shingles, but there's nothing here on this metal, it's gonna be really hard to argue that there was a hailstorm here. So first thing that I look at when I get up on the roof are these soft metals right here, if we're seeing the little holes here like we're seeing right there and stuff. So that is a very important part when you're looking at hail damage. So when looking at a roof, there's two types of damages that will affect the shingles that the insurance company is responsible for, and that's wind damage and hail damage. We've talked a little bit about what hail looks like, you know, collateral on the downspouts, the soft metals up here, the metal roof. Wind damage looks a little different. You're not gonna see much collateral, but here's two good examples of what wind damage looks like. So you see this shingle, it's loose, it's unsealed, and if you get really close here, you'll see the crease at the top of the shingle. So this is a result from the shingle blowing up, flapping up and down in the wind, and after doing that so much, you end up seeing this crease up here. Same thing, you know, right there. There is some ridge cap that's missing on the other side of the roof as a result of wind damage. So, you know, we hear a lot of people say, well, you know, my roof's good, it's not leaking. I'd say 99% of roof damage, you're not really able to see from the ground. You're able to see it right here. And in the eyes of an insurance company, a crease damage like a crease shingle like this is the same amount of damage as if that shingle was completely missing. It counts the same towards the insurance company. Both situations, the shingle's been compromised. So that was what wind damage looks like. Now when we're looking at hail damage on the shingles, we're looking for a couple different things, very particular. First off, what the insurance is gonna do, they're gonna come out here and draw a square like this. This is a 10 by 10 square. And whenever you're looking at hail damage on the shingles, it's completely dependent upon how many hits you have in a 10 by 10 and if those hits are consistent with hail or not. So in this one I drew up, roughly got about 10. There's probably a little bit more in there. But the insurance companies, they usually like to see around 8 in a 10 by 10 to warrant a full roof replacement. And so like when you're looking at this shingle, and we can already see the shingle's a little old. We've got some wear and tear right here, which is not a result from hail damage. So you're like, well, my roof's old, you know, how do I know if there's hail damage or not on it? That's a great question. So what we're looking at right here, so like if we can get really close to this circle right here, I'm not sure exactly, you know, how well you're able to see it, but according to Hague certification, what we're looking for in this shingle is crushed granules. So when that hail is gonna come and hit that, it's gonna splatter and it's gonna crush the granules and push the granules deeper into the shingles. So that's what we're looking for right there, so that we see it's circular, you know, it's crushed granules, and it's not in the middle of a granule loss section. This is the only, you know, what you would consider granules being gone is in this one spot, which is going to indicate to us that it's hail damage. Same right here, this one right here, another kind of verification you can use is that when that hail's going to hit the shingle, it's going to cause a little bruise where the shingle is. So when I put my finger there, you can tell that it's soft, little squishy. I usually relate it to some people, if you know you have an acorn hit your arm really bad, it's gonna create a bruise. And then if you have a blister pop, that will create a blister. And there's blisters on roofs. The difference is, you know, blisters go out and hail damage is impacted in. So the hail impact will cause a little bruise. So it's really important to have somebody go on your roof so that they can touch it with their finger, see if it's hail damage or if it's a blister, and really look at the technical analysis of those hits on your roof. So that is basically the conclusion of our inspection. We found hail damage, we found wind damage. We suggested that this homeowner file a claim. They wanted to do so, so we helped them through the claims process, met the adjuster out here on the roof, and went on the roof with the adjuster. I personally showed the adjuster everything I found here. They approved the roof. We're doing the roof actually next week. Next Tuesday, we're installing this entire job and gonna wrap it up. But that's basically the whole process from start to finish. Come out, inspect your roof. Because to be honest, for you as a homeowner, the last thing that we want you to do is file a claim and there not to be any damage up on your roof. Then, you have a claim that, has no merit to it, and it just wastes the adjuster's time, it wastes the insurance company's time, it wastes your time as a homeowner. So us at Joshua 19 Roofing, we want to really feel confident that there's enough damage up here for you to get approved before we suggest you to file a claim, which is really the only reason that we want to inspect your roof. And I know a couple of my guys, we use drones as well. You can see like 90% of this damage with the drone footage. So, drone technology has come a long ways where sometimes we don't even have to get on your roof. So if you're interested in a drone inspection as well, give us a call and we can most definitely come out and help you with that. But thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something today, and hopefully we will be working with you shortly.